The Stoic Compass radio show, a clear path through a noisy world.
Welcome back to the Stoic Compass. I'm Jim.
And I'm Ellie. Today we're tackling a question that stops more dreams in their tracks than any external obstacle ever could.
Which is?
What if my dream is stupid?
Oh, that question. Yeah, I've asked myself that approximately 7,000 times.
Right? And here's what's wild. That question isn't about the dream. It's about fear disguised as reason. It's your inner critic wearing a little judge's robe pretending to be helpful.
My inner critic has excellent fashion sense, apparently.
Oh, she's very dressed for the occasion. Let's call her Allie, like the article does. Allie shows up whenever you have a dream and says things like, "That's so cute. You know how hard that is, right?"
Wow, Ellie is kind of a jerk.
She really is. But here's the thing. Allie thinks she's protecting you. She's operating on this ancient survival logic. Low risk equals low rejection equals safety.
But that's not safety. That's just existing without living.
Exactly. The Stoics would call that stagnation. Marcus Aurelius didn't write, "Play it safe and never upset anyone." He wrote about doing what's right, even when it's terrifying.
Okay, so first question. When someone asks, what if my dream is stupid? What does stupid even mean?
Great question. Because usually stupid just means not fitting into someone else's narrow imagination. Like, there's a guy who made millions narrating dog thoughts in funny voices. Was that stupid?
I mean, it sounds stupid until you add the made millions part.
Right? Someone invented glitter for beards. People race tiny pigs for sport. The world is full of ideas that sounded ridiculous until someone just did them anyway.
Wait, tiny pig racing is a real thing?
It's a real thing. And somewhere, someone's inner Ollie said, "Pig racing? That's stupid." But that person went ahead and created an entire sport.
This is actually making me feel better about some of my ideas.
Good. Because your dream isn't stupid. It's specific. It's sacred. It's yours. And if it keeps whispering to you, that's not coincidence. That's a calling.
Okay, but let's be real. Some dreams are scary. Like, legitimately terrifying. Does that mean they're bad ideas?
Actually, the opposite. A dream that scares you is usually one worth having. Real dreams aren't tidy. They make you feel equal parts thrilled and like you might throw up.
That's oddly specific.
Because it's true. Some days you wake up thinking, "Yes, this is it." Other days you think, "I should delete everything and apply for a job at the library." That doesn't mean your dream is stupid. It means you're human.
Is there anything wrong with working at a library?
Nothing at all. Libraries are wonderful. But if you're running to a library to escape your dream, that's different than running to a library because you love books. See the distinction?
Running toward versus running away from.
Exactly. And Marcus Aurelius had something to say about this. He wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it."
Translation for those of us who don't speak ancient philosophy?
Your dream isn't the problem. Your fear about what people will think of your dream is the problem. The dream is neutral. You're adding the anxiety.
Oof. That lands differently when you put it that
Right?
way.
You're not afraid of writing the novel. You're afraid someone will read it and laugh. You're not afraid of starting the bakery. You're afraid people will think you're foolish for leaving stability.
So the dream is innocent. I'm the one adding all the baggage.
Yes, and here's something the Stoics understood deeply. You can't control what other people think. So why are you letting their imaginary judgment stop your real dream?
Because, I don't know, it feels safer?
It feels safer. But is it actually safer? Or is it just a slower death of who you could become?
Wow, you went dark there.
I went Stoic. They weren't about sugarcoating reality. Epictetus was literally enslaved, and he still pursued philosophy. You think he waited for a permission slip?
Speaking of permission, when do we get the official approval to pursue our dreams? Is there like a form I should be filling out?
There's no dream authority who arrives in a cape and declares your creative urge valid. You have to approve your own dream, even if it makes zero sense to anyone else.
But what if I'm waiting to feel ready? What if I need more skills, more experience, more something?
Then you'll be waiting forever, because ready is a feeling that never comes. You don't feel ready and then start. You start and then become ready through the doing.
That's backwards from how I thought it worked.
I know. We've been taught to gather credentials, wait for external validation, prepare exhaustively. But most people who've done interesting things started before they felt ready.
So I just start, even if I'm bad at it?
Especially if you're bad at it. Let the dream be clumsy. Let it be awkward. Let it be made of mismatched socks and coffee stains. Just let it exist.
Mismatched socks and coffee stains. That's basically my aesthetic already.
Perfect. You're already qualified. Here's the truth. Dreams don't die from failure. They die from neglect. From being buried in the compost bin of what will people think.
That's a very specific compost bin.
It's where most dreams go to die, sadly. Right next to, I'll do it when I have more time, and I'm too old to start now.
Okay, but here's where I get stuck. What if my dream doesn't make money? Does it still
Oh,
count?
this is so important. Joy is a valid outcome. Wonder is a valid metric. Your dream doesn't have to scale or disrupt an industry. It just has to feel alive inside your bones.
So I don't have to monetize everything?
No, not everything needs a business plan. Sometimes a dream is just for you. Sometimes it's just for the joy of making something that didn't exist before. That's enough.
The Stoics were probably down with that, right? They weren't all about profit maximization.
They were absolutely about living in accordance with your nature. If your nature says, I want to write poetry or I want to build elaborate sandcastles, that's virtue expressing itself.
Let's talk about Ellie again. Because even as we're having this conversation, there's a voice in my head going, yeah, but what about practical concerns?
That's Ali. She wants certainty, guarantees, proof of concept, charts, plans, insurance. She wants you to have the whole thing figured out before you take the first step.
Which is impossible.
Completely impossible. Dreams don't begin with logic. They begin with sparks, with hunches, with, wouldn't it be wild if... The logic comes later, if at all.
So what do I do with Ellie? She's not going away.
Let her sit nervously in the passenger seat. Acknowledge her concerns. Maybe even say, thanks for your input, Ellie. But you're driving. You get to decide where this car goes.
I like that image. Ali can come along, she just doesn't get to steer.
Exactly. Because here's what happens if you give Ali the wheel. You end up nowhere. Safely, comfortably nowhere. Is that what you want?
No, definitely
Then
not.
you need to reclaim the driver's seat. And I know that's scary. I know Ali is loud. But you're louder. Your dream is louder. You just have to choose to hear it.
What about when people don't get it? Like, I share my dream and people look at me like I've grown a second head?
Let them be confused. Seriously. Most people won't get it until you do it. And even then, some still won't. That's not your problem to solve.
But it feels like I should be able to explain it in a way that makes sense to everyone.
Why? Why do you owe anyone an explanation for wanting more? Wanting more doesn't mean you're ungrateful. It means you're evolving. You're not here just to clock in and out of life.
I mean, when you put it that way...
You're here to burn a little brighter, leave fingerprints on the universe, even if it's just through a poem, a cake, a laugh, a song, or an idea that won't leave you alone.
That's actually really beautiful.
It's also true. The Stoics believed in contributing to the common good. Your dream, even if it seems small or weird, is your contribution. You withholding it doesn't serve anyone.
So by not pursuing my dream, I'm actually being kind of selfish?
In a way, yes. You're depriving the world of whatever gift you were meant to bring. Even if that gift is tiny pig racing or mythical creature cupcakes.
I really want a dragon cupcake now.
See? Someone needs to make those. And somewhere, someone is talking themselves out of that exact business because Ali is saying it's stupid.
Okay, practical steps. Someone's listening right now with a dream they've been sitting on. What should they do today?
First, write down the dream. Not the polished, impressive version. The raw, messy, honest version. Even if it sounds ridiculous. Especially if it sounds ridiculous.
Just get it on paper.
Yes, because once it's external, it becomes real. It's not just this vague thing haunting you. It's words on a page. That changes everything.
Okay, what's step
Do
2?
one tiny thing toward it. Not a big thing, a tiny thing. If you want to write a novel, write one paragraph. If you want to start a bakery, bake one batch of cupcakes.
One tiny action.
One tiny action. Because here's the secret. Action creates clarity. You don't think your way into a new way of acting. You act your way into a new way of thinking.
So I can't just sit around visualizing success?
Visualization is fine, but it won't build anything. The Stoics were all about action. Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing what a good person should be. Be one. Same applies here. Stop arguing about whether your dream is valid. Just start.
What if I start and it's terrible?
Then it's terrible. So what? You think everyone who does something great started by being great at it? No. They started by being terrible and then got better.
Being terrible is part of the process.
It's a necessary part of the process. You can't skip it. And the faster you embrace being bad at something, the faster you'll become decent, then good, then maybe great.
Okay, so write it down, take one tiny action, embrace being terrible at first. What else?
Stop asking for permission. Stop waiting for someone to tell you it's okay. The only permission you need is your own. Give it to yourself right now.
I hereby give myself permission to pursue my weird dream.
Good. Say it again. I'm
I
serious.
give myself permission to pursue my weird dream, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else, even if I'm scared.
Perfect. That's your mantra now. Write it on a Post-it. Put it where you'll see it every day. Because Ellie is going to show up tomorrow with new objections.
She's persistent, isn't she?
Very persistent. But so are you. The difference is, you're going to act anyway. You're going to do the thing even while Ellie is catastrophizing in the background.
Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's action in the presence of fear.
Exactly. You just summarized Stoicism in one sentence. The Stoics didn't say don't feel fear. They said feel the fear and do what's right anyway.
So let's bring this home. Your dream is not stupid. What is it instead?
It's sacred. If it lives in your chest, wakes you up at night, makes you nervous and giddy and unsure, that's not stupidity. That's your soul.
Your soul trying to tell you something.
Yes, and you can listen to that voice or you can listen to Ellie, but you can't listen to both and move forward. You have to choose.
What would Marcus Aurelius say to someone asking if their dream is stupid?
He'd probably say something like, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Does this dream align with your nature and virtue? Then pursue it. What others think is outside your control.
So it's really that simple.
It's really that simple. Not easy. Simple. Does it align with who you are? Does it feel true? Then go. Start. Even if it's weird. Even if it's late. Even if nobody claps at first.
Dreams aren't handed out, they're claimed.
Exactly. And you just claimed yours. Now what are you going to do about it?
I guess I'm going to take one tiny step. Today. Right after we finish recording.
Good, because here's the final truth. That messy, gritty, glorious attempt, that is everything. Not the polished result, the attempt itself, the showing up, the trying.
Thanks for this. I needed to hear it. I think a lot of people needed to hear it.
We all need the reminder. Even people doing the thing need to be reminded it's okay to keep doing the thing. So if this resonated, subscribe. Share it with someone who's sitting on a dream.
Until next time, pursue the dream. Ignore Ellie. And remember that your weird, messy, impractical idea might be exactly what the world needs.
Go make something that didn't exist yesterday, even if it's clumsy, even if it's small, especially if it scares you. That's how you know it matters.
The Stoic Compass radio show is made possible by voxcrea.ai, where ideas come to life.